Episode 2.
All right. Get the stoke level back up.
Hey, dude. You know, normally you kind of think, wow, we've not prepared that much for these episodes.
Yeah.
Well, this is even less preparation. You thought I was going to go the other way for a second then, didn't you?
Yeah, I did actually. Yeah. Is we actually have something to talk about, which is really nice.
Yeah, true, dude. Yeah, it's
we had a shared
like
experience.
Yeah, a real life thing and a shared experience. Exactly.
Yeah. So that's cool.
It's fantastic, actually. Plenty to talk about. Yeah.
There is. Should we?
Weekend?
Where do we start with that? Where do we start, man? I'm so unbelievably still overwhelmed, I think, by everything. I'm still taking it in. I think it's going to take at least a few more days for it to sink in that actually happened. You know, all of the talk about it, all of the hype, all of the conversations that we've had on and off air, and all of the planning and the back and forth with brands and the and then there we were Saturday morning with our fingers crossed, hoping people would actually turn up, and
it worked out, right?
They did.
It worked out.
They did. Yeah.
It's well funny. It's well funny to actually think, because it's already now that's the second one, to think that it was actually a joke on this made up podcast, because there's an illness going around. Ultimately, there's an illness going around that made us do a recording thing.
Yeah.
And then that's turned into a riding event.
I was trying to. It's funny, like just to unpack it. I guess we might have even had we may have got new listeners on board. And that's something I do want to talk to you about as well in a little bit. But we might have got some new listeners on board who maybe didn't even understand what was happening. Maybe this is the first episode they've dropped in on or whatever. So I was trying to explain it to Rosie, who was from Red Bull, who came with the truck.
Yeah.
And I was like, so do you know like what this is? And she was like, no, not really got a clue. I just came. I was told that we should be here, blah, blah, blah. I was like, well, basically, we went into lockdown. I shot that guy over there, stood over there. Yep, the one with all the kids around him. That guy. I dropped him a message and said, we should do a podcast series to keep people sort of entertained and just have some fun through being stuck at home. And she was like, right. I was like, well, then I think it was on episode 1 or 2. One of us said, wouldn't it be cool to do an event at the end of lockdown? That way we can get everyone together, we can just ride bikes and have fun. That turned into the first one of these, Freedom Ride, which was similar but different. Would you agree? Yeah,
the last one was more like a, what do they call it? Where it's like a bubble where everyone gets COVID.
Yeah.
It was more of a super spreader event, last one.
Yeah, it's like a test event, wasn't it?
In hindsight, it was like, because it was like a fake coming out of lockdown, wasn't it? That period.
Yeah. So yeah, because we came out and then we went straight back in, give or take, didn't we? So so that was the first one, which was a similar thing, but not as much
a test
going on. I'd say it's a bit of a pilot episode to see what was going on. I said, so then we went back into lockdown, so we came up with, we thought, well, we'll do it again. I mean, we've already thought about it. We've already done one. We'll just do it again on the same date. It ties in with Independence Day. It's all about freedom. It's all about getting people together, sharing good vibes, nothing other than that. There is no hidden agendas. There's no racing. There's no nothing. We're just trying to have fun. And it was really hard to, though, what I'm trying to get around to, I guess, is it was really hard trying to explain what it is, because she was like, so is there races going on? I was like, nah, we're just here, just hanging out. Like, it's just a hang. And I mean,
works though, doesn't it? Weirdly works.
It does work.
Like, you don't necessarily need a load of events and this and that. Like, also the funny thing is the whole day felt mega busy.
Yeah.
Like, so to people who didn't come to the event itself, we started the day with the jumble sale. Should we go through? Are we literally gonna relive the event? Is that a really boring podcast? Is it?
No, we could do.
Because I think we've probably got a lot of listeners that wanted to come and maybe couldn't, or live too far away, or from a different country, or have travel bans, or blah blah blah.
Yeah, that's fair. It's very fair, actually. Again, something we're going to get into in a little bit. So mate, you go through the agenda and I'll chat in as and when I feel I need to.
Dude, the jumble sale. So we get there first thing in the morning. And we have a jumble sale, right? I didn't even look at any other jumble sale stands because I was fairly focused on my own. And the jumble sale I made good money on. I never thought all of these draws and all of this hoarding was actually worth any actual money. So I learnt important lessons about business, like you. Yeah, I learnt really important lessons about business, I think, over the course of the weekend as well.
That's brilliant. That is so good. So what did you have on your jumble sale? What were the fine items that were dragging people to the stand, apart from the ridiculously underpriced garments?
It was largely the latter, the ridiculously underpriced garments. I reckon that's genius, just having a box of, because to be honest, ultimately it's fun just to hang out and chat with everyone anyway. And if you've got a £2 box, people feel too bad. They talk to you and then they feel too bad leaving you there, so then they just end up buying a £2 item because quite simply they feel too much sympathy for you.
Yeah. Does he? Yeah. Okay. Let's help.
I can't leave without. Yeah. Exactly. So yeah, I just had clothes. I had bike parts. I didn't have much, but it was fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah, but what I liked about your jumble sale that you brought to the table, you had the sort of like the tat, the £2 tees. Yeah. You had the dusty hats that you'd found somewhere.
Yeah.
But then there were some big ticket items on there too. So you lured people in with the shit. You lured people in with the shit. But then it was
didn't
like,
work,
actually, there's a
jet ski didn't sell, dude.
So that was the heavy priced jet ski item was there.
Didn't sell.
But then you mixed it in with some 1 of 100 shoes. I don't know what it is. Axis group set. Is that Axis, the electric stuff?
Yeah.
One of those on there. So, you know, if you...
we jumbled it up a bit, didn't we? Yeah. And then Deeks came in. He actually stormed in and undercut me on nearly everything. Didn't he?
I mean, it was his own jumble sale, so we can kind of give him a bit of leniency.
I've gone to the effort of getting a jumble sale table from my mum and a chair. Deeks just plonks all his stuff down on a bit of plastic in front of my... Unreal.
I think I was chatting to him and he goes, to be honest, I didn't think it would actually work, so I'm going home to get some more stuff to bring back and sell. So good.
Brilliant.
Oh man. But yeah, I agree with you. I didn't really manage myself to walk around much of the jumble sale. I think
do you sell anything? Do you do a jumble sale?
I didn't bring anything to sell, mate. No, not at all. I was all taken, no give back, I'm afraid. And ultimately, I don't have that much stuff. I think I often just give stuff to people anyway. So, and I mean, yeah, I'd have felt a bit, I don't know. It's just been so much effort coming from Sheffield and bringing some shit to sell. Yeah. I guess. I don't know. I just didn't.
I wish I hadn't done my YouTube giveaway, dude. I gave away so much stuff. I could have sold all of that. I could have made so much money, dude.
Did you even ever get any thanks for that? Did it come through?
I got thanks from one of the winners. The one who won the D4 didn't even thank me.
Jeez, so bad.
Unreal.
It's probably straight on eBay. Yeah, cheers.
Yeah, it probably was, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man.
No, it was so good though, wasn't it? Yes. Okay. So.
Yeah.
We did the jumble sale. It was meant for the morning, but it was really going on all day. And then we had our friends from Surrey Horsebox turn up with coffee and
good
cakes.
Coffee.
Great coffee.
Good
and
coffee.
Rodders from Bring and Buy, who brought along the barbecue. Oh, no, braai, sorry. It's not a barbecue, is it? It's a braai, right?
I was trying to figure this out. What is a braai?
I think it's a barbecue in South Africa.
Because... Okay, but are the things that they cook on, are they special? Is it like a special...
I actually don't know. I'm sure if you speak to any South African, and people will respond to this, because I'm sure it's of national pride, the braai identity. Do you see what I did there? The braai identity.
Nice.
They'll want to point out what it is, whether it's like the type of wood. I don't even know. It's a barbecue, dude. I don't know. Do you barbecue? Yeah, it's a barbecue, right?
Do you want a fact?
Please.
The word braai, B-R-A-A-I, which comes from the Dutch braden, meaning to grill. It's an abbreviation of braavlis, meaning grilled meat.
There you go. Is it really?
Yeah.
Are you a barbecue master, dude? Are you a barbecue
I'm not, mate. I'll be honest with you. I love it though. I love cooking. So, but we don't have one here. Yeah, big into cooking, dude. So, we don't have one here though. Maybe
I am terrible.
I feel like you can't say you're into cooking if you don't have a barbecue. Surely it's like the most basic. It's like man, wood, fire.
Yeah, it's like
meat.
brakeless BMX, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit. Like, you can't say you're into cooking and not own a barbecue, but yeah, I don't own a barbecue at the moment.
There you go.
So
now you just do it on the open fire, right?
Yeah.
Big time.
Big time Billy over here. So
I never
uh,
touch that. I'm terrible. I'm really terrible. I think I'm weird with food. I think the longer I live, the weirder I get. The more I care less. It's more of an inconvenience now. It's a shame, dude.
Yeah, I know.
It is a shame.
It is a shame. But did you eat some Bring and Bry?
Stuff it in, and it was fantastic. So I do enjoy it, but just
So
like
good.
preparing it. That's why it's so good having people there doing it.
And I feel like that really makes a sort of, definitely. It really makes like an event and a gathering if there is good food, because you're like,
it does.
I actually want to treat myself to a good quality like bit of burger or
a truffle
good quality
burger.
coffee.
Did you have that? No, of course you
didn't actually, no.
You had the vegetarian one.
I had three different ones. I didn't have a truffle burger though. Yeah.
Did you have a meat one? I can't even remember if you're vegetarian. Yeah.
No, I'm not.
The truffle one was well good.
Was it? I bet it was actually. To be honest, I didn't even look at the menu because I was just always so crazy sort of. I'd say
full
busy. Yeah, I was just like, can I have two of those things, and then that was done.
Yeah.
Didn't even look at it.
Because I don't know if you noticed, but my voice is kind of gone a little bit.
No. Did you hear the clip of, I think it's Annie Mac after the Brit Awards when she's on Radio 1? Have you ever heard that?
Is it good, is it?
Oh, mate, it's so funny. Yeah, I'll try and insert it here if I can find it.
She's just had a big night, has she?
I'll just do an impression instead. It's like this. It's like, good morning. It's really bad. She can't even talk.
That's so good.
Yeah. So that's and obviously that's the reason that your voice has gone, isn't it? It's just from.
It is the reason. It was going during the event, and I was desperately doing those tests because I thought, fuck, I can't actually have this like a super spreader event.
I need to get out of this if I can.
No, it wasn't that. Imagine though, it was that. Imagine that it actually turned into like this like hub for a spreader event.
Yeah.
Be terrible, wouldn't it?
It would be shit. You know what though, and we can let's get back to running through the schedule a little bit. But like, I really enjoyed that about this weekend. You know, the word freedom was very much a thing for this event. It was like, we're not going to talk about pandemics. We're not going to.
Yeah, exactly.
We're just going to live our life and be free and ride bikes with our friends. And that was, Emma brought it up on the way home, and she was like, it's been weird because we've not seen a mask for 2 days. Like, we've not done any of the stuff. You know, we were careful. We limited the amount of numbers there and everything. And, we told people if you've got any symptoms, don't come. Stay at home, watch football. But, it was so sick, dude, just to forget about everything and do what ultimately we enjoy doing, which is just riding bikes with our friends. So,
and you know what? It's actually rad not having like a too much of a schedule or too much going on, because then you can chat with someone and you can be like, oh, should we go for a lap,
Yeah,
like
I
wasn't
agree, totally.
Like I was busy the whole day, but I got a few runs in, and that was super fun. And then we obviously, after that, we had the scheduled train, which has got to be a Guinness World Record. Like, what was there? Like, it's got to be,
mate. It's got to be.
Right? Gotta be, right?
It's gotta be. I think we need to figure out how to submit this, because Benny will have got the footage, and you can submit it to Guinness World Records. And I think if it's all legit and you've got a filmer there, I think you can get it verified. So I'll explore that if you want. I'm going to try and get it verified.
Let's do it.
Because if there's not a world record, it's a world record, right? Because Sam Reynolds was saying that like he did one which is about 160 riders somewhere, but I ain't seen it. No evidence, so it doesn't matter.
See it. I never saw it.
Ours is the one with evidence. So
hey, I wonder how. Well, this would have been so easy to calculate. Actually, we will have filmed the entire train, right?
Yeah.
So then we'll know that if the track itself is 1 minute 30 long and the train itself is 1 minute 30, that means that someone's at the end of the trail and someone's at the start of the trail. So that means the whole track is lined with people.
It's so sick. I
reckon it will be, won't it?
Yeah, that was definitely one of my highlights. The fact that the first one, and everyone was just like stoked for this train.
Yeah.
It's one of those things, right? When we were discussing doing this thing, you were like, "Oh, it'd be cool to do that," and I never thought people would be that hyped to ride in a train, but
Yeah.
it was so fun. Everyone like shouting and hollering and giving each other props as you come down.
Good,
it was
wasn't it?
sick.
Yeah, it was well good.
Yeah, and obviously for people who didn't come, everything that we did was on the 23rd minute of the hour. So
yes, it was.
Yeah, so everything started at
the train.
Something 23. Yeah.
Dude, I told you, didn't I? I had a dream last night. I honestly had a dream last night. It's been fairly full on. I had a dream last night, and I remembered it. I was late for the train. So this came about because I was on my jumble sale stand, and I had like a couple of people talking to me about various things, and then in front of me I could see 5 kids waiting for me to go to the train. And like I'm trying to wrap up these conversations, and then these kids are, and like we're running late for the train, and then obviously as soon as I meet up with the kids, I'm like, boys, you should have left. I would have met you over there, like. And I had a dream that it had happened again.
That's amazing. So they actually were waiting for you too. That's brilliant.
That was real life. That was real life. The kids were waiting for me.
Holy.
So funny.
So what was the dream? I'm confused.
The dream was that I missed the train, but it was way more hectic. That, you know, these kids were waiting for me, and then I had like fucking like the real version was like 2 people talking to me. The dream version was like a crowd of people talking at me all at the same time. And then these children, they weren't going to get on the train, except the train wasn't a train of riders down a trail. It was an actual train, and we were having to ride to the train. Yeah, I haven't made that very clear what my dream was. Yeah.
No, I was confused what the dream actually was.
Dreams are often unclear, aren't they? They're often like.
They are, mate. Do you remember your dreams?
Rarely.
Evidently not, but like.
Rarely.
Normally, do you remember your dreams?
No, only when they're like, yeah, like that, like well, it wasn't really disturbing, that dream, but in the dream it was disturbing. It was like, fuck, I've got to get, you know, like,
yeah,
you're trying to do something and you can't do it. That's what a dream's like for me. I remember I do quite a lot of flying dreams.
Yeah.
Yeah, where I learned to fly.
What about a lot of watercraft dreams or not?
Not that many. Not that many watercraft dreams. Yeah, mainly flying.
The old wet dream. No, I don't dream that often. I don't dream that much. It's really weird.
When you remember them, what are they?
I couldn't tell you. Couldn't give you an example of a dream that I've had. You know what? The worst thing that I do though is if I've got stress or I'm anxious, I grind my teeth in the night, and I wake up and my jaw's just killing. Yeah, and I've just, what's the word? Ground them down. Grinded them down. I grind really hard. Yeah, it's horrible.
Oh, that is horrible. Hey, dude, I have some dreams I love that much that I'll wake up and then try and get back amongst it.
That's like, lucid dreaming, isn't it? Where you can change it a little bit and then go back in.
Yeah, so I'll be like, I don't know, I'll be like either a pilot, or I will have learnt to actually literally just float like Superman. And then I'll wake up and I'll be like, oh, for fuck's sake, I'm not that dude. But let's get back amongst it and then dive back in, and I will be able to do it. I don't really have control over it when it happens or whatever, but...
Right. Yeah,
that's weird,
lucid. I think that's what lucid dreaming is, where you can change your dream within the dream, and if you wake up, you can dip back into it.
Yeah, there's like techniques, isn't there, that you can train yourself to.
Yeah. I reckon by the end of this series, however long that takes, let's try and get a really heavy lucid dream in you, like a fucking good one, man. Where you're like, whoa, yeah, I felt it. I lived the whole thing, and like, because it's a weird thing, isn't it? Dreaming, like you go to sleep and you just have these vivid.
I mean,
thoughts.
Dude, it's as if it's real life as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
I have some crazy dreams, I'll be honest. I have some really manic ones.
Really? Do you like, if you've got something exciting coming up, do you dream harder?
Harder?
Do you dream like full on? Because I do. Like, I guess I'm trying to think of examples. I don't really have any, but like, I know if you've got an event coming up or something exciting's happening, I'll like dream pretty vivid stuff the week running up to it or something like that. Yeah.
Interesting.
I really live through it before it actually happens.
That is interesting. Yeah, I dream ideas sometimes. I don't know about events. It normally happens Yeah, I don't know. I've no pattern to when I remember my dreams. I don't think.
Right. Do you still get? It's slightly off topic, but not really. Yeah. You do like quite a lot of cool stuff. You do filming, especially not so much at the moment, but maybe when things were quote unquote normal.
Yeah.
Trips. Do you still get super sort of hyped for it? Because I know if I was going on a trip to, let's say, the desert to film and shoot photos, I'd be like hyped for a few days before, and I wouldn't be able to sleep, and then I'd go on a trip and I'd be really tired.
It's actually a really good question. Does it
wear off?
Well, I tell you what. You understand the same thing, because you understand exactly the same thing. So when you have to go to a trade show in Germany, it's still going to Germany. It's still a trip to Germany. You're still getting on the plane, or you're still, doing all of those things. But that is different to when you were younger and you were thinking, I'm going to fucking Germany, dude. This is so exciting, right? So something's changed, right? Like, would you agree? You're not as excited because it's a work
especially
thing.
if you've... Yeah, totally. Especially if you've done it before, and you can kind of... Because I think if I... Yeah, for example, if I told a couple of friends who have maybe just got quite normal jobs, whatever that is, a normal job, I'm going to Germany, they'd be like, fuck, that's going to be sick. And you'd be like, it kind of is, but it's kind of just being indoors for 4 days.
Yeah.
That's kind of what's happening. But yeah, you get to go and experience something in the evenings, or travel there might be fun or something. Yeah, you're right.
And I think the same actually does still go for even riding trips on a way smaller level, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. It's the best thing in the world. But a filming trip is a filming trip. You don't get to do what you want. You do what is necessary for the film, which is luckily really fun most of the time. But it can be quite a boring process. It can be stressful. Boring. Yeah, it can be stressful, and it's all on you. It's not like there's no getting away from it. It's all on you. So I do still get excited for trips, but there's also sort of an element of apprehension about certain trips, I would say.
I think, you're right. I want to get back into the schedule as well shortly. I'm trying to guide this in some ways, but there's certain things keep popping into my brain. I think I'm heavily caffeinated today, dude. I'll be honest.
Are you? Good man.
Probably need to tone it down a little bit on the coffee today. But do you ever have these moments, and I had a couple over the weekend, because it's still, to me, it's kind of crazy that people want to talk to me. Like, I still get a bit, like, flustered by it, and I'm a bit like, what the hell? You've been, in the quote-unquote spotlight for a lot longer than me. So how do you... Like, do you sometimes just have these moments where you're just like, what the fuck is this? Like, this is insane. I honestly still heavily get there. Even when... Sorry, I'm just sort of rambling here, but, you go out on a ride and someone will be like, oh, David, podcast guy, oh, wow, nice to meet you. Like, that's still...
Mate, that's wicked. But
it happens a lot more, obviously, now, but it's still really... I'm just like, what? Okay, yeah, wow. I'm still sort of blown away by it. And I think this weekend has definitely left me in a bit of a head spin of, like, this thing's... And this is not to sound big-headed or anything like this. Is not.
It's hard, isn't it, to talk about it and
I'm
not
not blowing
like
trumpets,
cock, isn't it? I'm not saying you sound like a cock. I'm trying to think.
No.
I'm trying to think a step in advance how I talk about it without sounding like a cock, basically.
Yeah. Totally. And I was driving home and I was just like, wow, like this is a thing now. Like, it's actually a thing that I never expected to happen, and it's so. Mate, honestly, we'll get to it towards the end of talking about the schedule, but it still gets me. It still properly gets me.
Yeah.
But I was just wondering if you have those moments, no doubt, still as well.
I feel a certain element of guilt that I'm not as I don't know, but like, when someone's like super hyped to meet you, I often kind of think a bit like, oh fuck, but I am a bell end, like. I think like, fuck, I'm really going to be a letdown here. I'm a bell end. Like, I don't know what to say, dude. I'm like,
you know what the thing is though, like with you, like, and I'm definitely don't think I'll feel like I'm off on this actually, but you are just you. So I feel like if people met you, it's worrying. Not an act.
That's worrying,
it's not an act. It's not like you're not putting anything on. It's just you, and I can vouch for that because I remember the first time meeting you, I was like, fuck, like this guy could be a total dick and just be putting it on, but you're not. Like, you're just you.
Just a bit of a dick, dude. But, you know, like, with kids, I think it's easy because I feel like I'm a child myself. So I speak to kids and it's just like, I don't know, we're thinking the same things. I'm like, yeah, we should try and do this jump, or oh, what are your whips like? Oh, cool, yeah. Whereas with an adult, I just think like, fuck it, like people talking to you, they're like real successes and they've got their shit together. You know, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, they're like, wow, like really stoked to meet you, and you're like, yeah, I bet you've got a really good job, or you're like a dentist or something.
Exactly, yeah. Your shoes don't have holes in. You're not like generally a bit of an idiot, like. I don't know,
man. It's a strange one. I just wondered anyway, because for me, it's still a new experience to having that happen, and it's something that I don't take lightly. You know, I'm very much like really grateful.
It's always strange,
but I feel like it comes across as quite creepy. I'm always like, thank you so much for like listening and watching. Thank you so much, like thank you.
No, you got it easy.
Like, all right,
you're
dude,
a lovely
like,
chap. You don't have to worry
are you ripping me off or something? Like, what's going on?
You don't have to worry about it, dog. Kill it.
Yeah. So
I remember when I first had it when I was 17. When I was on a bike show when I was 17, I actually remember it. And like a dude came up to me at a bike show in Birmingham, NEC, and he knew who I was, and he wanted me to sign stuff. And it was like a time before even mobile phones, wasn't it? Fucking when I was 17, that's insane. It probably was.
True, yeah. So
it wasn't like selfies and stuff like that. That's all changed. He had a picture that he wanted me to sign, which is
wow. And
I was like, I thought he's joking, you know. I thought it was like one of my friends winding me up because I had all like. None of us are nice to each other me and my friends, so I thought I was like looking around for like, I don't know, John or Matt or Dave to be like paying someone to do it, and they're making fun of me, and then they just weren't, and I was like, whoa, this is weird. This is like, and then I felt like I was a child and he was a grown up, so I was like, dude, you don't want my fucking signature. I'm a mess. I'm a complete idiot. All I think about is like backflips and stuff. Like, you don't want me to sign anything. You don't want to be like, you basically want to do whatever I'm doing, you want to do the opposite. I'm an idiot.
Well, I did notice at the weekend, I signed a young kid's shirt.
Sick.
And everyone had signed it with their like alias, so there's like the Deaconator, O-Dub, there was, I think, there was like Chopper, and then I just signed my normal name. Like I was signing for a mortgage or something. I was like, D. Burks.
Did you? Yeah.
I need an alias. Yeah, I need an alias, dude.
Georgie, my girlfriend, speaks about her like her signature. She always looks at everyone else's and is always like, wow, that's so cool. And she just writes. Her signature is really funny. It's just her name written really neatly, but it's not like, you know, it's not quick. It's like each letter is separate. Looks just like it might as well be in capitals, you know. It's so funny.
It really tickled me, man. Anyway, because I remember I looked at everyone else's. I was like, "This is hilarious." I think Loose actually done like Loose Dog, and I was just like D. Burks. The kid was like, "Who's this?"
Like a mortgage advisor.
Yeah,
D. Burks, mortgage advice.
So funny. Oh man. Anyway, so we done the massive train. We did 4 of those, which is crazy. And I really thought by the end of the Sunday, I thought this one will be pretty tame. There'll not really be many people. And then, boom! Everyone just rocked up. Another 100 plus people, all good, just doing laps, shouting. So, oh man, it was insane. But I think that the first or the second one on the Saturday was the funniest thing. Just going mid pack and just watching pretty much carnage just going on.
Yeah, I think that's the one that I led out. I was like the safety car.
I think it is.
Yeah, so I missed all of that, and then the rest of them, I was like, I'm not going to the front, dude. I'm getting amongst it.
Yeah, I went the front on the second one on the Saturday, I think.
Not as good, is
it?
Saturday. Not as good.
No, but I told you I rode into that piece of wood at the end. You know, across the bottom of Bottle Rocket, there's a plank of wood to stop you going straight on through the trees.
I did the same. I did the same thing, and it hit your forearm.
Straight into it. You should see the bruise on my leg. Like, it's good. Straight into it. And there was a guy stood there who was just pissing himself. I had the GoPro.
It must happen a bit, right? It must happen a bit.
Mate, I genuinely didn't see it until the very last moment, and I anchored up and just rode straight into it.
Oh, no.
pretty quick because I was at the front. I was just trying to get away so I could film.
Yeah.
Nah, yeah, I took it like a champ. Yeah, there's a young guy there who's just like, what the hell? How are you not dead? It's insane. So yeah, we done the trains, which was so fun, massive. There'll be footage of that, no doubt, materialising pretty soon. There's some footage on the Freedom Ride Instagram if anyone wants to see it.
Absolutely.
I reckon there's 130 plus people on that, so that's pretty fun.
Yeah. Come back up, maybe go to the coffee shop, or maybe get a cake from the cake store. I mean, it sounds like a village fete. It's incredible. It's like a bike village fete, wasn't it?
Pretty much. Yeah, you could come up, Kate, buy yourself some fresh underpants.
Yeah.
You could get yourself some new socks from the 50-1 guys.
That's it, yeah. Go and get some loot from DMR as well. Hey, maybe you feel like trying one of the 2021 Focus range.
Mate,
just saying, there's a truck right there.
You know, like, people always talk about this e-bike thing and blah, blah, blah. And, you know, there's a lot of people who won't ride them. Especially, this is something I want to talk to you about, actually. Because one of the major things that I noticed throughout this weekend was I spoke to a lot of people who were genuinely new to mountain biking. Yeah. They'd only just got into it. And, you know, we saw this. And it's really interesting because we've seen this huge boom of cycling and mountain biking. All the bikes are sold out, we know that. And, you know, you're chatting to people and, oh, you've come far. Oh, yeah, I've never been to Rogate before. It's my first bike park. I've only got into it like a year and a half ago. And it was like, things started clicking in my head. I was like, okay, so if I got into a new sport, let's say you get into golf, just for example, I'd start watching YouTube videos. I'd start looking for podcasts. And all these people will have gone like, right, mountain bike podcast. Hear us two talking utter shit for months on end. Just be like, exactly. Yeah. But then think about it. So then if they started watching YouTube, a lot of those guys, Freedom Ride, right? You've got you got Sam, you've got Chop, Deeks. It must have been like really kind of crazy for a lot of people that are new to it. So going back to the e-bike thing, a lot of people, again, you know, they're not converts yet, or they just haven't had the opportunity to ride one because we've been in lockdown. So for so many people, it was the first opportunity for them to actually sling the leg over an e-bike. And it was so sick to see people buzzing around on these new Focus bikes, which were all box fresh. Every single bike there was like fresh out of a box, never been ridden. Perfect bike.
So trick on the racks.
Yeah, so trick on the racks, and people were just frothing to just ride e-bikes around. And the guys at Focus were super sick because there was no time limit. It was like, just take one, ride it for an hour, 2 hours if you want, and then bring it back.
That was a cool thing about having it like ticketed, having like that was actually maybe arguably one of the only positives about pandemic restrictions, is that there were 150 people and that was it, and that was the event, wasn't it? You know, so it was like it's way easier. You can just stick someone on a bike, you know, they're just going to whiz up and down. They pay for a ticket. Yeah. They're cool. They're one of the homies. Think that's
totally, and I think that's a big takeaway from this event is you could make it way bigger. I feel like we could have if we'd have really like pushed it harder with ticket sales and stuff. But I kind of, obviously this is a bigger conversation for in the future, but I kind of like that it's kind of exclusive. Yeah, that it's like, okay, if you come in, it's hard to get a ticket, and you know, I don't really want to just be like, there's 1,000 tickets. I'm really not really into that. I'd rather do more of them, but have them so it's like an exclusive little club.
Also, your time's stretched. With 150 people, your time's stretched as it is. What's that law? You only really know 150 people.
150 people, Newton's
There's
law.
Something like that, isn't there? Yeah.
Yeah. You can only remember 150 names apparently. Which
Newton's
is
law of gravity.
Yeah, it could be. He
might have a few. He might have one about friends and gravity. He might have.
What is it now? Law of 150 people. It is called.
It might
Dunbar's number.
It might be
Newton's law.
Newton's law. Newton might have done one about friends as well.
Yeah, he might have.
And social media.
He might have. Yeah, he might. He might have.
Yeah, that Dunbar's one is meant to be that you're. It's meant to be like the number in a tribe of human apes, isn't it?
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah.
I think like
so it's how many people you'd have in like a small, like a
settlement.
Paleolithic
community. Mad to think, isn't it? Not much has changed, and then we're whizzing around filming each other on fucking e-bikes. But really, we're the same as like Like there's probably, I don't know, cave people that lived in those same woods. They weren't doing what we were up to, but
no,
I doubt much has changed.
E-bikes and drones flying around, kind of crazy, isn't it?
We're fiddling around with all these robots, and they were probably realistically just eating and shagging, really, weren't they?
Yeah, which
bits moved on.
It's moved on, mate. It's gone from eating and shagging to e-bikes and drones. That's evolution right there, isn't it?
Incredible, man. Incredible.
It's just what it is, isn't it? It's just what it is.
It is what
Speaking
it is.
of evolution and unique human beings, the whip off.
The whip off.
We had the whip off. The 661 whip off.
That's right, and we had none other than the legend Rory Hitchens commentating on the loudspeaker for the whip off. And I've got to say, it's quite something seeing that guy. He's like designed to have a loudspeaker in his hand, right?
Yeah, 100%. I feel like he should have brought his own, to be honest. I bet he's got a custom one that's all rigged up, ready to go. But Rory killed it, man. Big up Rory for being so funny on the megaphone,
so
telling people what was going on with the whip off and stuff.
Right, super helpful. My voice really wasn't up for the job, and
my confidence wasn't either. I really
and your
felt awkward every time I spoke through it.
I know, right? You need a high vis, dude, and then you'd be away. You'd be off to the races.
Yes. I don't mind talking to tens of thousands of people on the internet, but put me in front of 100 people and I'm like, nah, you're good.
It's scary, yeah.
Someone else do it.
Rory's really, really good at it. Now, Rory, if you don't know who Rory is, it might be before your time, but there was a show called Mountain Bike Britain on Channel 4. Rory was one of the presenters of Mountain Bike Britain. Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, I'll send you a link afterwards. So Rory used to commentate on like races I would do as a kid, and I remember it very well. But Mountain Bike Britain was on Channel 4, dude, and Rory was one of the presenters. So he's he's very good at just being on a mic or a camera or a loudspeaker. Like we had him.
He is a natural. He is a natural.
So, yeah, and the whip off was good as well, wasn't it? We deliberately held it on slightly smaller jumps to encourage the younger generation of whipper snappers.
Nice.
To ride, and I'm glad in hindsight we had big enough crashes on the small jumps, didn't we?
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, there was some left out there whips on that day, on both days.
Yeah,
throw it out and don't worry about the rest of it. Just leave the whips out there, folks.
Leave it out there. Leave it out there.
Leave it out there. Yeah, we had snap chains. We had no like crazy crashes on the whip off, but there was definitely some out there whips, man, going on, weren't there? There was a lot of people were like, out there whips.
Fuck, I can't believe Chaos and Cade made it back from the World Cup to the whip contest, and it actually wasn't. I had to stop a couple of people. They were like, "Oh, it's Chaos, it's Cade." It wasn't. It actually wasn't. It was Papa John and DV Unchained.
And Seb Yates on the eve.
Yeah, and Seb Yates on the eve. Like, I thought it was... Like, I could see where they were coming from, but they were mistaken. It actually wasn't. But we'll have to get them over for the next one.
We will
the
indeed,
actual
man.
Chaos Arcade, yeah.
Yeah, there was some whips thrown, man. There was some good whips thrown for sure. People were really gunning for those prizes, and big up 661 for hooking it up too, man. They've donated a bunch of money and prizes and stuff to people, so that's sick. That's beautiful.
Yeah. So then after that, what else did we do? We rode a load. We had another.
Then we
train.
did another train.
Another train.
Yeah, there's literally 3 things all day, but it felt like so bloody packed.
Imagine us doing an actual event.
Fucking hell, it did feel packed, man. It was like as soon as that whip off was done, it was like right back to the top.
Yeah.
10-15 minutes to grab a drink. Back to the top of Bottle Rocket for another mass train to round out the day, basically. And it was a nice way to finish, weren't it? But like started it with it wasn't started, but it's like midday, big train.
Yeah, too right.
I feel like we got the actual parts of the event in the right order, and it was just perfect. I feel like.
I agree.
Yeah.
Do you know what was wicked as well? So there were a lot of like local kids attending from the bike park as well as people from further afield, and they're so used to me being at the bike park that I'm boring to them. The 50-1 boys, on the other hand, holy, they're like that was really, really sick for Luce and Sambo and those boys to come down. They were really so hyped, the kids. Yeah, it was wicked.
Yeah, I love those guys. I mean, again, I don't know him that well, enough to talk to, I'll be honest, but for people listening, I literally shot Loose Dog a message and was like, we're doing this thing, do you want to come? And he just replied with, yeah, send me deets. So I sent him the details, didn't really think anything else of it, and then boom, they're there. It's like, so didn't really talk, and they were just there. And they sent it as well, man. They were out riding. Luce has put a clip up yesterday, I think, riding at Rogate at Freedom Ride, and yeah, it was sick to have those boys. Like you say, you know, they're not regulars at Rogate, are they? No, so it was super sick.
They get it as well. They're rad. They're so cool.
Yeah, for sure. What an event, man. Honestly,
what an event
it is. It's going to take so long for it to settle in. I was going to tell you about the dude from Edinburgh. I'm so sorry I forgot his name. Was it Stuart? It was either Stuart or Sean. So if you're listening, reach out because, I just want to say a massive thank you to you because I don't know who he was. We were chatting and I was like, oh, where have you come from? He goes, Edinburgh. And I was like, no. yeah, Edinburgh. I was
How long journey is
so
that?
So you've come for like 2 days? And he was like, nah, just come down for the day. Set off last night. So he drove through the night on the Friday to get to Rogate for the Saturday morning.
Oh, dude, that's so rad.
8 hours. He said it was about 8 hours, 450 miles. And then he's ridden all day. And then went home at night. That's insane.
Directions.
Are you checking it?
Yeah, I'm checking it as we speak, yeah.
I mean, unless he flew down.
It's 7 hours 42, yeah.
Is it? Yeah, he said it was like 8 hours. What a guy.
That is so sick. So that means he did 16 hours of driving?
Yeah, in a day. In like...
so 24,
8 hours of riding.
24 minus 16. That's right, I actually have to type this in. So that's 8 hours. So then...
Yeah, it's 24.
And then that doesn't include sleep, though.
No, it doesn't include sleep. So I don't know how he...
What a guy, that is rad.
It's so sick.
We need to find out who that was and send him something to say thanks.
Yes, that's cool. That's exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah.
I was trying to find him because I was genuinely, I was like looking for the guy when we were doing the raffle at the end. I was looking around, but I couldn't see him because I was like, I'm going to hook you up with something, even if it's just loads of Red Bull to get you home, like just something.
He was probably already on the road by then.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
And that was one thing we did do actually. We did a raffle at the end, and massive thank you to everyone who helped with prizes and stuff to give out. We had some really sick prizes. The signed photo of Sam was really cool. The signed photo of you was really cool. I know a lot of people did go home on Sunday before the raffle, and if you did, sucker, because we just ended up giving loads of stuff away because I didn't want to drive it home. So
no, it was rad.
But yeah, massive thank you to everyone who helped with prizes. There were Skull Candy headphones. We had a load of mud guards. What else did we do? King Good products. 50-1 swag. There was tons of stuff for people to win. So yeah, focus stuff. Obviously hats and tees as well. So insane.
Couldn't have gone better, really, could it?
I know we've been talking about this for 40 minutes, so if you didn't come, you probably feel like you did by now.
Yeah, and you're probably like, move on now.
It's going to take a while for this one to settle in, man, I think. And it'd be good to get Sam on here as well to talk about it.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Sam really, really killed it. I don't know, he works mega hard up there, and he's always kind of the guy that's behind the scenes a little bit, isn't he, Sam? But
yeah, totally. And I don't want him to feel like that or whatever, you know.
No, I mean generally just up the bike park, you know. He's the guy that's made it all happen, and then you kind of, you know, that when the trails are being built, no one's riding down them, so you don't see him. So
yeah,
lots of big ups to Sam.
But for those listening who don't know, Sam is the third part of Freedom Ride Incorporated.
That's right. Let's get him on, in fact, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, we should. And he was a good guest on the podcast as well a while ago. So let's do that. We will definitely do that.
Too right.
So, yeah, thank you, everyone. If you don't already know, because you probably don't, because you've not told anyone, keep the 23rd of this month, July, free. Well, the evening, not all day. You don't have to wait all day for it. But maybe keep the 23rd of July, which is a Friday evening. Keep it free. We're going to come at you with something pretty cool, which we'll promote and talk about on the next episode, I think.
Hell
Just need to
yeah.
make sure we can actually do it first. But yes, we're gonna drop something pretty cool.
Absolutely.
So, I said I was going to ask people to submit some content and see where people are watching or listening from.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
I've got some good ones, man. I've got some good ones.
Have you? Because...
Yeah. We've got, dude, if you think, honestly, right, thinking about Freedom Ride, how cool it is to meet people and physically meet people, and then you see where people are actually listening to this, it's a trip for me. It's a massive trip. So, again, if you've not sort of featured, I guess that's the word, on this episode, keep submitting where you're listening, because we're going to get around to doing all of them. There was about 50 or so of these, so I am going to choose just a couple of them really quick, and just bear with me, Ollie, because I actually can't find where I put it. So that's really handy, isn't it? That's awesome. Oh, there we go. Okay, so coming up on screen right now, you should have photo number 1. Mate, I hope this works. You ready?
Come up on your screen. Oh, wow. This is...
How about that? All right, so this is photo number 1. And this is one of our listeners. It's going to stay here for 10 seconds.
Guy, he's a blacksmith, is he?
Dude, do you want to see it again?
Yeah. Is that what that is, or is it pizza oven? No, he's a...
I think this is the manliest listener we have on the podcast.
I think it is as well. Yeah, look, he's got a leather apron on.
Yeah, blacksmith, I think, dude. So this is Adrian Wood.
Wow.
And that's where he was listening to the last episode while he was making things out of metal. Innit? How cool's that? So that's Adrian Wood. I guess he's in the UK. He's listening while making manly things out of metal. I wonder what he makes.
Oh, I don't know, dude, but he just highlights how me and you are sissy lala boys.
Yeah, we just sat here on the internet with clean hands. My dad always used to say that, dude. Keep your hands clean. Don't make a living getting your hands dirty.
Did he?
But here we are.
I wouldn't mind being a blacksmith. That seems a sick job, actually, yeah. Making
I agree.
Yeah.
Okay. So photo number 2 coming up. We've got... Skills. Yeah, me too. Photo number 2 we have is Josh Murray, and he was listening while he hand builds these insane looking cars. I don't know what car it is, but he hand built that whole thing. Dude.
Wow, does he?
Yeah.
Is that a replica or what? We'll have to find out more about this.
Find out more. I have added another bit to the content upload file where you can give us a bit of context, because there weren't much context on some of these.
I mean, that's like, if that's a real
guesswork.
If that's a real car, it's worth...
Here it is again.
I mean, if that's a real Cobra, that's worth so much money.
It's cool, that.
That's a terrifying job if it's a real one.
I feel like the Cobra would be in a bigger factory than that. It looks like a really small workshop. Might be wrong.
It's a replica one. A kit car job. Sick, though. My
reach
friend's
out,
going to get one of them. Yeah, Josh, that's a very cool job. I wish I could do your job.
Yeah. This one I thought was pretty interesting.
What's this called? The Make Olly and Davi Feel Not Very Manly section, is it?
So this is a listener whose name is Richard. Didn't give a second name, and that is in New York City. 5 a.m. in the morning.
Sick.
Yeah.
What does he do? What's he doing in there then?
He's driving currently. It looks like
on his way to work. Okay, yeah. It doesn't have to actually be your job, does it? It's just people listening.
Just listening.
I've forgotten what this segment was about. It's just where you listen.
Where you listen. No one submitted a video yet, so we're still waiting for that. There's a lot of photos to go through. We're only going to do 5 of these, hopefully each episode. So this is number 4. Ready for number 4?
Yeah.
Okay, let me just find the name. So this is Bailey McCallum, and this is where Bailey listens while she's looking at the horse.
With a horse?
Yeah, with a horse. Not a bad looking horse either, huh?
Poor horse.
It's got a little smile going on. All right, now I've saved the best till last, dude, because I think this one is really cool.
Really, actually,
because this sort of comes full circle to what we've been talking about. So this one is Simon Richards, and I have a note here to revert back to the text. So here's the photo of where he listens. As you can see, it looks like
there he is.
Just a TV. Yeah, here he is.
I like it.
He's jacked, isn't he? He's pretty gunned.
He's gunned up.
Good looking fella. And then he sent this really, really cool bit of text about where he listens and what he's up to. So basically, so he is on the Red Sea in Egypt.
No way. In that picture he was?
Yeah. So let me read this. It's really cool. So he put, I'm originally from the UK, but I've lived and worked in Hurghada on the Red Sea coast of Egypt for 16 years. I was always a road cyclist and mountain biker when in the UK, but scuba diving took over as a career in Egypt. When COVID struck and the diving had to be put to one side for a lack of tourism, I went back to cycling at the ripe old age of 53. I am now fitter and more active than ever before. But there's some really super interesting facts about where I live. So the only off-road is done in sand. It's just sand, no mud, no greenery, no loam, just sand. Most of the sand areas are military controlled, so access can be a real big issue. Most of the sand areas are littered with thorns, mostly on the surface or slightly just below. He's put a recent 4-day, 130-kilometre trip resulted in 30 punctures for him on his own.
No way.
Imagine getting 30 punctures, dude. How shit that would be.
I mean, it's tough. And then he's not selling it as a sort of riding location at the minute, dude. But
no. And then he put, riding on the streets and road here is just about all we have.
Yep.
And one of the biggest gambles I have ever taken is what he put. It's scary and challenging. Racing taxis, scooters, buses, etc. And then to ride the only decent trail area I'm aware of means a 1,000-kilometre round trip in the car for a couple of hours riding.
No way. Oh, wicked. Yeah. Keep it going, dude. Impressive.
And then this is the interesting part. I cannot buy a decent branded bike anywhere in this country. I ride a giant Talon, which is the only imported brand into Hurghada. I am saving and will eventually travel to the UK to fulfil a lifetime ambition by buying and importing my first ever full suspension trail and enduro bike.
Oh, wicked.
Amazing, huh?
That's so cool. I'm zoomed in on Google Maps now. I love a bit of Google Maps, dude.
Yeah. So you can see Hurghada, can you?
I can see Hurghada, and I can see, dude, there's not a lot of trees around.
It's really cool. I thought that was awesome. Like just hearing where he is, and again, this is probably another one of those guys that's like got into it a little bit through this, and he also put about the temperature. So it's 40 degrees plus in the day, and rarely ever drops below 30 degrees.
Wow.
Love the Lockdown Companion as a way to keep the motivation up and fun, and the fun that you two have is infectious.
Oh, dude, that's so rad. Out there in Hurghada. Nice,
insane, isn't it?
Yeah, really. Yeah, that's wicked. I thought you were going to pull out the one you sent me, one of the dude on the tractor.
Oh yeah, I did. Should we do that one next week? I'll find that.
Let's do that one next week.
Dude, there's about 50 of these, which is really cool. So
sick.
People, please keep submitting your content because it's really cool to see
amazing,
where you listen. And if you can send a video, even better, because Ollie and I can actually play the video on here, and we can. If you want to ask a question, just submit it there, and we'll get into it.
Yeah, your submit link thing's really good, actually, isn't it? It works really easily.
Yeah, decent.
I'm one of the worst at that kind of stuff, and even I could do it, right? Yeah.
Yeah, even you could do that. Yeah, even you could upload.
Yeah.
There's a link in the show description. Just click it. There's a whole form. You just fill it out, and then boom. We'll see your content.
Yeah.
The hair's looking.
Oh, it's bad, isn't it? It's really got to be cut. I really need to just get around to it. I just haven't got round to it. I
still feel like you should go for the long hair, though, man.
Oh, look at it. Just not cool, though. I just don't have cool hair.
I don't know.
You do know, and that's the problem. Yeah, it's not cool. It doesn't grow cool.
That's what hats are made for.
I know.
Hence why I always wear a hat.
Yeah, I should just cut it all off.
You could do.
Yeah.
If you really wanted.
Probably.
What would you go skinhead?
No, I just normally just cut most of it off. I'd cut it normally, but I just haven't got round to it. Now it's so long, I can't be bothered. It's just so much hair to clear up.
Just leave it, bro.
Yeah, we'll leave it for a bit longer.
Just leave it.
Leave it for a bit longer, all right? Yeah. See if I all of a sudden look cool. I don't think it's going to happen.
Because, hey, to be fair, we're going to have another lockdown, no doubt, around August, October. So maybe you should. We will. No. So then you can enter we'll do another mop down, and you can go in that with your prepared hairstyle.
Hey, I'm not talking about that shit anyway.
No, we don't talk about that. So Other than being ill and whatever, have you been watching anything or listening to anything cool this past week?
Yes, Fernando. It's a series on Amazon Prime. It's called Fernando, and it follows Fernando Alonso as he tries to... I think it was over the 18-19 season, or maybe 19-20 season. He tries to tick off some of the world's biggest races. So like the Indy 500, Le Mans 24-hour, Dakar Rally.
I'm guessing he actually enters them. He doesn't watch.
Exactly. Yeah, no, he's not just watching. Yeah, so he's a Formula One driver. I don't know if you knew who he was. He's a Spanish Formula One driver, and he's a really cool guy. And it's just a cool series. I enjoyed watching it anyway.
Quite good, actually.
Good insight into all of the different, because each of those events are completely different. Like he's a Formula One racer, and he's doing, and then
it's like the Ryan Sipes of cars.
Exactly that. Yeah. So that's cool. I've been watching that, and I've been listening to. Let me get my phone out, dude. What have I been listening to? What have you been watching?
All right. You know what I watched earlier? Because I've been on the road for obviously the last sort of 9 days or something, so I've not really had much chance to watch anything. Yeah. But what I did watch this morning was the real BMX segments. Yeah. Seen those yet? The X Games real BMX
I haven't
segments?
Yet. That's a sick. Okay. That's a really good tip. Yeah.
Thank you. So they're on YouTube's probably the best thing. X Games YouTube channel.
Check Are they all there. Street?
They're all street actually. Yeah. Which I don't. It doesn't say. This is actually something I was thinking about. It doesn't say real street BMX.
How funny is that? Real BMX. That's BMX now. So bicycle motocross.
Lack of dirt jumping. Lack of dirt jumping for me.
Major lack in BMX. It's got a bit of an identity issue, park. I think. Like, what on earth? It's bicycle motocross. It should be like racing and dirt jumps and stuff. But it's just like that. It's all very impressive, but...
Oh, mate, it is impressive. But what I was going to say is, have you heard of this guy called Julian Molina?
Don't know. Is he the one-legged chap?
Yes, he is. I don't know where I've been. Maybe I've been under a rock. I don't know. I've never heard of this guy. And I was watching his edit, and it was only till about 30 seconds in, and I was like, huh? He's got one leg.
Very impressive, that is.
Kills it.
Big old jumps as well, huh?
Yeah, like tech street stuff, dude. Like, really cool to watch. So,
Rad.
Yeah, big up. If you've not seen that, ladies and gentlemen, Julian Molina on the X Games Real Real BMX. No doubt, if you watch any Julian Molina, I think it's going to be impressive.
Yeah, I've only seen him on jumps, I think, but yeah.
Yeah, I was going to take a bit of a deep dive into him and try and figure out, has he always done this? Or I don't know. But,
interesting.
Don't know.
No, I don't either. I don't either. I can't remember. There's a surfer as well. Wow, this is pointless. This is another classic thing that we do on the podcast where we talk about stuff we don't know about. But there's a chick who's a surfer who had her arm bitten off by a shark. And she's still a pro surfer, one-arm pro surfer. And I just thought that was really cool.
Wow.
That, like, I don't know, it's almost like
that is cool.
That's the joke that a surfer does. That's the joke. Like, they have a scar on them. They're like, oh yeah, it's from a shark attack. But she
maybe
actually
ultimate surfing price.
Yeah, she spent her entire life in the water and actually has been attacked in a shark attack. So, and Jack Moore been attacked in a shark attack. He's shark attack Jack, isn't he?
I thought that was a joke, but maybe he has. I don't know.
I feel like it's not a joke. We'll have to...
Either way, he's pinning it at the moment. Isn't he leading the EWS? Jeez.
We need to start
joke,
researching into things.
I feel like the drone has really sort of... Yeah, we do. The drone has really like changed surfing because now they can fly up above and they've sort of figured out there's shit tons of sharks here. You know, before when we were filming you from the beach, we couldn't see them, but now we're above you. It's like this is actually it's got like way gnarlier surfing in the last few years.
Oi, lads!
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know.
It's weird to think, innit? Like, you're in the UK, you don't have to worry about anything. You can literally leave your baby on the ground, and have like all of the insects creeping all over it. You can just like, you don't have to worry, do you? You don't have to worry about bears, wolves, anything.
No, just pedophiles. It's the only thing you got to worry about.
You do have to worry about. Yeah, we got some. Yeah, got a large population, and unfortunately, with that comes a large number of creepy people. So yeah, there you go.
Oh dear. So what was your listening? Anyway, what was your listening? Speaking of pedophiles,
I've got a
what
good
you
one.
listening to?
The Doobie Brothers,
Rolf
Long
Harris.
Train Running. The Doobie Brothers, Long Train Running, obviously.
Okay. The Doobie Brothers. I don't know the song.
You do know the song because you were at the John Pound the other night where Zach Rainbow flipped bar spinned in the darkness with this playing.
Is this? I will know the song. I just can't think of it.
I would sing it
What
to
was
you,
it
but my
called?
voice is impaired. Long Train
What was
Running.
Okay, I'll put it in the playlist. Appreciated, mate. How insane was that? I didn't know if we could talk about it or not, but yeah,
Yeah, rad, wasn't it?
holy, yeah, such a sick. And it was really funny because, obviously we went down the John Pound on the Saturday night and England were playing, and my missus kind of likes football, and
She's
my
brilliant, by
friend
the
who
way.
was-
She did very well to be at a bike event the entire weekend.
and
She had
rode
a hell of a
loads.
time as well, didn't she?
Yeah, on the Sunday afternoon, I was like, "Are you just gonna keep riding then on your own?" And she was like, "Yeah, I'll just ride on my own." I was like, "Cool," because I got to go do some stuff. So
Yeah, she's a
she
biker
came
now.
she came into Freedom Ride having barely ridden a bike, really, like in the grand scheme
Yeah.
of things. Definitely never ridden a bike park or an actual trail. To just doing laps on her own,
Yeah,
on an
brilliant.
e-bike. It's so funny.
And hanging out up the John Pound.
Hanging out at the John Pound, yeah, which is
Pretty laddie.
insane. That's kind of what the word I was looking
Pretty
for. Kind of
laddie. And she did
But
very well.
She was frothing to watch the football, and my friend Darren, who came with us from Saks, was like, "Can we watch the game somewhere?" And I'm like, "Mate, I don't think anyone else here gives a shit, if I'm honest with you, but we'll see what happens. Bring your iPad or whatever you want to bring." And then we go up the John Pound, and good old CA's only gone and rigged up the projector.
He's a lad.
So everyone was having the best time. You could watch dirt jumping, listen to music, you could watch football on the projector. It's just amazing, man.
Incredible, huh?
Such a vibe. Yeah, the best night.
Yeah, well, good to watch the youth go at it as well, wasn't it? Sam Hodgson, Zach Rainbow, who's the other dude? DJ Zesty. They were all...
I've got an idea for you, which I was going to wait and talk to you about. I'm going to throw it out there now because we don't have to act on it.
Yeah, go on.
'cause
Like I
like having a silly idea because usually it happens.
Yeah.
I feel like as Ride Companion, we need a rider. Like we need someone who represents, who we can like support with products and stuff.
Sponsoring a rider.
Yeah, but I'm thinking. I
Sick
feel
idea.
like stuff like downhill is going to be too hard because it's just going to be. But maybe a UK dirt jumper or
I
a
like
slopestyle
it.
rider.
Yeah,
Dude. We could get a deal for or something and have them represent.
Really
Ride
good
Companion.
idea, yeah.
You like that?
Yeah, I do like that, yeah.
Okay, so
All right,
let's see how this idea
think.
grows.
Yeah, let's have a think.
'Cause I feel like the way this thing goes, we could end up with a full-blown team by the end of the
Yeah, I know, right, yeah.
But nah, seriously, I think it'd be cool. Like, we've got a lot of listeners who would be more than happy probably to help chip in, and maybe we can pay for some travel. Maybe we can do a hotel deal or...
Dude, we 100% should. Do you know what we need? We need a product. So we can make some money.
do, don't we?
And then
Yeah,
we
we
can
do.
really sponsor people.
Yeah, we do.
Let's have a think. Maybe people can suggest some product ideas for the Ride Companion. I've got an idea.
I know. Okay. We're not going to talk about
Let's
it
not
yet,
talk
are
about
we?
it yet.
No. Mate, are we ultimate dick teasers or not?
I think so, yeah.
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 But I like that idea, man.
Yeah.
Get a rider.
Yeah.
So let's
Get a
have a
rider,
Ride
good idea.
Companion out there. Have a Ride Companion out there representing.
Like it a lot.
I'm going to throw one into the mix for the old listening, just because I want to do something a little bit different.
Yeah.
You know what was cool as well, mate? So many conversations at Freedom Ride, but one of the fun conversations I had was with a guy and his girlfriend, and he would go, "Don't stop doing the listening and watching." I was like, "Okay," and he's like, "I listen to everything you guys suggest," and I was like, "No fucking way!" He's like, "Honestly, it's my favourite part of this podcast."
No
Is
way!
this.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah.
Well, good.
Yeah. So I'm going to throw into the mix just to try and ruin this guy's Spotify algorithm. Alan Jackson, who's a country artist, and the song is
Loves
called
the country.
Cha-
He loves the country.
Chattahoochee.
Chattahoochee, nice.
Chattahoochee, man. I'm throwing it in the playlist shortly, and
Sick.
that's a jam. If you just want to have a bit of a sing-along, which I was doing, and the reason I'm putting it in there is because I was washing all the freedom off my bike yesterday, and I had my headphones in, shout out Skull Candy, and I had this song playing, Chattahoochee.
Nice.
And I was super happy. So I thought, this is this week's
This is the
listening,
one.
so that's what I'm actually doing. Yeah,
Like
yeah,
it, dude. Like it.
All right. Should we do a few listener questions if we have any?
Hey, let's do it. Let's do it. Hey, right, I've got a sore throat.
Yeah.
Don't mean to go on about it, but I've got a sore throat. I've been drinking so much because it makes it temporarily feel good. Now I need a wee. Can you do the first listener question without me?
Yeah, I can. No problem. You go for it.
Really sorry.
I'm not talking to this bottle because it gives a really weird effect.
Yeah, really sorry, guys. Really sorry. Back in a second.
Bye. All right. First listener question. I'm rolling solo right now. Let's have a look what we got here. At Connell 100, Freedom Ride North Edition is happening because the Southern one was sweet. Great question. Yes, there will hopefully be a Freedom Ride North towards the end. Well, no, sorry, not even towards next year. So you guys may have noticed a bit of a pattern here. We've done one day event. We've done 1 2-day event. Now, I guess in theory, we need to do 1 day and 1 2-day. And then we'll keep going from there. Okay, what else we got? At Long Socks Aberdare MTB. And I'm sorry you couldn't make it, dude. I know we were exchanging some messages before. So yeah, you got hurt. Couldn't come. So, hey man, just talking to myself.
How's that going for you?
It's good actually. It's okay. I was just telling people about one of the first questions is about a Northern Freedom Ride. So I was just explaining that yes, there's probably going to hopefully be a Northern Freedom Ride.
Can't wait.
Okay.
Hey, do you know what I realised?
Next question.
Before we go on to the next question, I haven't talked yet about my mule.
Oh yeah, you haven't. You put a video out with it on.
Sorry?
You put a video out with it on as well.
Yeah. And I thought I always think it's funny to talk about these things on this in greater detail because it is kind of funny. Like I did buy it 2 years ago, and it hasn't run, and it's only just started running now. Because otherwise, it seems like I'm all of a sudden like a guy that buys crap stuff all of a sudden. But really, it's been a lifelong hobby of mine to buy crap stuff. You know what I mean? Like a jet ski, mule.
Totally.
I'm not like all of a sudden. This is like something that's been always going on. But yeah.
Before we get into the mule, jet ski. It was up for sale at the weekend. There was a little bit of interest, tiny bit.
We had some nibbles, right? We had some nibbles.
Yeah, a few nibbles. Yeah. A few fingers bitten off, not a full arm.
Not full arm.
What's happening, man? What are you doing with it? Is the neighbour having it?
Next door neighbour offered me £700 for it,
which is the money back, right?
It's the money back. I'm just trying to look. I'm trying to make some money out here. I'm trying to buy the next thing, whatever the next thing will be. I'm trying to put fuel in the mule, dude. I'm trying to put fuel in the mule.
Okay, that's so. Yeah, buy a T-shirt because this one fuels the mule.
Yeah. No, I don't know if we will sell the jet ski. Who knows, really? It's just a funny thing to have at the Freedom Ride, wasn't it? Loads of people sat on it. I tried to pick it up yesterday, actually. I tried to pick it up. Tow bar I got didn't fit. So now it's just dumped.
Is it? Where is it?
I'm going to try and pick it up in a second. It's dumped in the woods.
Still at Rogate?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Oh, it's tough, isn't it?
It's tough. Jet ski life's tough.
Not only does it not run, but it's also an absolute ball and chain.
It really is. It really is. Yeah, this and so kind of the mule is as well, dude. Because it's not. Yeah, that's been the same. It's been broken all this time, and then now I finally do have it. It's like you're a different person 2 years down the line. You know what I mean? Like when I first got the mule, I was like, it would have been a funny idea, or maybe I had plans for it or something. Now I just got this piece of garden machinery that ultimately seems a little bit pointless, you know.
And it's road registered.
You just look like it's road registered. Yeah, you just look like a crazy person in it. You don't look.
Yeah, but what actually is the mule? What is it? What is the model? Why that one?
Piece of garden machinery. It's a Mule 2510. It's from 1998, and it looks like a moon buggy a little bit. It looks kind of cute. That's why I got a bit obsessed with that particular era of garden machinery. Okay. It's got a pickup bed.
So you don't even remember the inspiration for buying it?
No.
You don't remember?
No, there's no inspiration, dude. I just wanted to potter around, I guess. Like I've got a load of green lanes near me, and you can go down a green lane to the pub, or you can go to the green lane to the coffee shop, or the green lane to the bike shop. And I guess I was living in a period of my life where that was important.
Yeah, I guess. And then lockdown came, shut it all down, and then you just got a mule.
Imagine if I had a mule in lockdown, it would have been the dream. Now I've got a mule, I'm just like, I don't know what to do with it. Every time I drive around it, I feel like a bit of a weirdo, but I am a weirdo, I guess, so whatever, yeah.
I feel like you should definitely share the financials of this mule as well. It's
okay.
Probably the funniest part of the mule.
Well, I don't find that funny, quite frankly. The mule cost me $2,000. And then $2,000 again to get it running. So now the mule owes me $4,000, and that's actually being kind. I've spent way more on parts. So now I've got this thing that's really barely worth anything, but that I've spent loads of money on. So yeah, you laugh it off, dude. You laugh it off.
What are they worth?
$2,000, I would have said.
$2,000.
Probably a bit less. Yeah. $2,000 2 years ago. I don't know. I'll look into it. Should I sell it? Should I enjoy it? There's nothing like the wind in your hair. You know?
Yeah, I guess.
Driving down a country lane. Yeah, I guess. No, you're probably right. You didn't have a go in it. You went to the pub, though, that I go to in it, right?
Yeah, went to the pub.
Delightful country pub. Yeah, the mule was there.
Lovely to see the mule there. And again, Emma loved it. She was all over it.
She was, right? That's the thing. The chicks love the mule.
Yeah, no doubt, mate. And if you were single,
it's probably a single man's car, isn't it?
G-Wag,
yeah,
e-bike,
killing it.
All the things, really. Event organizer, G-Wag, jet ski, mule,
dude,
e-bike.
Yeah.
All of the things.
There you go. George is lucky.
Success. She is, mate. She really is lucky. Yeah. Really lucky.
Big time.
Oh, man.
What's up? Okay, let's get on to the listener questions. I'm interested.
Oh, yeah.
Well, really,
this is a good one, actually.
Jeez.
What was the highlight of Freedom Ride for you?
Highlight of Freedom Ride? The trains with the kids was so funny. Because they weren't like... They were kids that were young enough to just be like, I'm going in front of you. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. And just, hanging out with everyone, really, was my... but in the trains in particular. What about you?
Yeah. I'll not use the same one, because that'd be...
Was it the same, though, for you?
Train was so fun.
It was good,
also
wasn't it?
Just meeting people. We met so many people that have helped us, help the podcast.
Yeah.
You know, we're talking... Soundwarper was there, right?
Exactly.
Not only did Soundwarper turn up, Soundwarper made his own merch and then turned up like a boss. So Soundwarper, all the people from DMR that I've not met before.
Yeah, there you go, yeah.
Other than Rory, so mainly Tom. Primeval. Shout out Primeval.
Yes.
Good to see Joel. Not physically met Joel in person, and he was the guy who did all the Where's Ollie stuff for us and a bunch of other lockdown stuff. It's just so many, like, obviously, listeners that I've spoken to for ages. Really cool to hear some stories about how mountain biking and how our podcast got people through lockdown. Just meeting people. Honestly, it sounds really cringe, but just physically getting to say hello to people and give knuckles and just...
No, you're quite right. And dude, you know the funniest thing about it is you know who they are by their social media handles. So like how weird is it? So someone will come up and they'll be like, yeah, I'm OW23, you know, like...
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Mad.
But super cool.
Yeah.
Super, super cool. Anyway, let's move on. We've got a really great question. At CU Productions. Speaking of meeting amazing people, there's
Benny.
One, you know?
What a guy.
Benny. What a guy. Amazing. Absolute hero. Opinions on giving bracelets as presents to each other. I feel like there's a word missing here, and that word is opinions on men giving bracelets as presents to each other. Because I still feel that bracelet is a... If you were going to put a gender on a bracelet, I'd put a female gender on a bracelet, if I'm honest.
This comes from a car journey with me, Brent, and Benny. And Benny is from a different time to me and Brent. It makes me and Brent feel very old. And this is one of the things that came up. Like, Benny and his buddies buy bracelets for each other. And that's sick, that's fine. But it's not something I would have got away with as a kid.
No.
So my opinions are fantastic. And we're living in a good period of the world, you know?
Yeah.
A good time period in the history of the world where one guy can give another guy a bracelet.
They can. I mean, I'm laughing. It's just that I find it slightly funny. But the main thing is, if anything you give to a friend, I think is a good thing, unless it's
herpes.
An STI or a bloody nose or something like that. But either way, if you want to buy your friends bracelets, like, crack on with it. We got a question actually I had to screenshot before because it was a little bit long, which was one of the first ones that came in.
I'm going to get Benny a bracelet, dude. I'm going to get Benny a bracelet.
Oh yeah, that's actually really funny. Yeah, you should.
I will.
Really, like Alibaba, like super funny one.
Yeah.
At Doug_44MTB, and yeah, again before we go in, Doug, great to meet you at the weekend, man. Amazing story about Doug, lost a ton of weight from mountain biking through lockdown. Anyway, would love to know if there's anything to... Hang on, I can't speak. Would love to know if there's anything to recommend for someone who wants to start racing enduro and how an amateur would get into it. Mate, and you love racing, so I figured I'll hand this one over to you to start with.
Yeah.
Big race guy.
Well, all enduro is a downhill race on a small bike, right? You just have to pedal around.
Pretty much, you just have to pedal around.
Do you know, you just go mountain biking. That's how you get good at enduro. Because enduro is the closest thing to good old-fashioned regular mountain biking that I can think of. I mean, I don't ride. I say I ride cross country because I pedal around, sat down. But actually, most of the time, I don't really push when I go uphill. I push when I go downhill, which is enduro, isn't it?
That is enduro, and I feel like just riding. I mean, one thing I say to anyone who's getting into racing or wants to start racing is just like, don't overthink it. Tons of people put pressure on them, like, oh, I'm going to race, I'm going to start this training regime, I'm going to like just ride your bike for fun. Go to the race with the attitude that is just having fun. Go with friends, make it, because that, again, that's some of the best times of my life have been going to races, but it's more off the bike a lot of the time is what you remember. You don't remember the race run, that's secondary. It's the trip, the journey, the vibe. So that's what I'd say. Just keep it lighthearted.
Too right.
Ultimately, that's what we're here for.
And as a discipline, there's no discipline that does it better than enduro, really, because you're going on a ride. So yeah, I'd
plenty of bike time.
Yeah, stick to a small local one at first, or local to you, and
cool.
Yeah, and relieve the pressure, I would say.
I feel like we actually offered a bit of advice there.
Yeah, I think we did.
Actually, all right.
Fuck it, we're actually fucking really like wise almost. Yeah.
Really? At Archer.Simon, other than actually riding your bikes, what do you guys think is the best bit about riding?
Actually riding the bikes. Friendship?
Yeah.
Friendship.
Bracelets?
Friendship, bracelets, nature.
Nature.
Fitness.
Yeah, healthy lifestyle for sure. Ultimately you're going to stay healthy, but for me a lot of it is the scene's good. Proven at the weekend again. Just proved it. Not only was I enjoying riding my bike, but most of the time I couldn't wait to get back to the top just to hang out with the people that make our sport, most of our sport, sick.
Oh right? Yeah.
So for me it's the scene, it's the fact that we sit and do stuff like this, and this is mountain biking apparently. So I'll take that.
There you go. What an answer. Good answer, dude.
Thank
Bracelets.
You. At Gavin2508. Ollie is humble with being sponsored, but who would his dream collab be? Not Michael Jordan. Dream collab.
Fuck, I'd love to. That was a thing for me, Nike, when I was younger. And I
can't even imagine what it was like when you started riding for Nike and you're that into the brand.
Dude.
Were you like, I know you're sending me some shoes and stuff, but what is the chances of coming to a game?
Yeah, exactly.
What are we working with here? How can I meet Michael Jordan? Yeah. He's my teammate now, so what are we doing?
Exactly, yeah. Do you know, I don't, it's funny, I can't think of can't think of a way I would be happier, really, in terms of sponsors. I've such, and it's not for the reasons that are boring and that you'd think, because Focus do make very good bikes, yes, but it's the people that make it good to ride for Focus, and the same goes for DMR, the same goes for X Fusion, same goes for Trolley Designs. I know I'm shamelessly plugging a load of sponsors there, but I'm actually not. I'm plugging the people behind them. I think I don't ride for anyone that I don't think's a rad person. So yeah,
that's awesome.
So
good answer.
Yeah, for me, I don't really care about stuff that much these days. I'm a bit I can't think of a good sponsor. Maybe that I don't have. I can't think of one. Maybe Madeira Island, and they give me a property, and on that property I call it Ollywood, and then I start like a holiday and guiding company alongside Freeride Madeira. So I'm sponsored. So all of that happens, and then I have like these like eco pods on the edge of cliffs. We take loads of Instagram photos, and they're really nicely designed inside, and I have a coffee shop and stuff. And we sell merch for the coffee shop, and then we have a podcast room.
Yeah, mate. Got me daydreaming.
I know, right? So yeah, maybe I could
really
ride
set
for
the scene
Madeira.
with that.
Yeah,
like,
I know, it's good, wasn't it?
You really laid it out.
Should we do
I
story
think everyone
time?
listening just zoned out.
Yeah, hopefully. That'd be the dream for me. In all seriousness,
Really?
that would be. Yeah, I'd love to do something
Really
along
want to
those
visit
lines.
that place, man.
Oh, the dream.
Really
Let's do
want
it.
to
Let's
visit
do a
that
trip.
place.
Yeah, it's a freedom trip.
We will do a trip.
Hey, I tell you what, we could do a freedom trip.
Ooh,
and I'm gonna
freedom excursion.
And I'm gonna email John Fernandez about the freedom trip.
Mate, frothing. Can't wait. Let's do it. Because is that still open right now, that island?
That island.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
That one.
It's Portuguese, isn't it?
It is indeed. All right.
Mate, let's go. Let's record a podcast at the beach.
Let's do it.
Or just not. Or just enjoy the beach.
Let's do it.
All right, let's go.
Freedom trip. It's early days for freedom trip, but I'm going to speak to one of my friends.
Well, if we're going to, maybe we could do it, we could take people, but we've just got to go and, feel it out first, see what it's like.
You want
and
a
then
fucking free
figure
holiday,
out...
dude. I know what you want.
What?
Free holiday, that's what you want.
No way.
Sick, that's my answer.
Okay, that's great. Lovely answer.
Thanks, man.
Okay, what else we got? At ODub, how's your ankle?
Do you know what? I was really pleased on the weekend because I actually got to ride, and I haven't ridden for 3 weeks, nearly.
Put a few runs in, didn't you?
And I put a few runs in. It's been, I say I haven't ridden, I've been pedalling around, sat down, tentatively. But I actually, descended down some hills, did some gaps, and it was all good.
Yeah.
So I'm very happy. I'm still waiting for my MRI results back to find out whether I have to go straight into surgery or whether we can wait and sort of feel it out. But yeah, stoked. I'm very happy to ride with you all when we were over the weekend. It's brilliant. So fingers crossed we're on the path to getting back amongst it and sending some giant hugs to flat.
I'm just checking something quickly because the next question was, is the lad from Freedom Ride okay? So we did have one fallen soldier. So big shout out. I was just checking his name because I didn't want to get it wrong. So big shout out to Nick, who took a bit of a digger on the Saturday and ended up in hospital. But yeah, from what I understand, he is alright. He's healing up, which is the main thing, right? Law of averages. Unfortunately, someone's going to take a digger.
Get well soon, dude.
Yeah, get well soon, dude. Thoughts with you, no doubt. Hopefully you're listening to this and you're comfortable, and we've got a load of swag on the way to you as well, Nick, because you missed out at the end. Okay, at Burnbox, any news on when we will see Olly's appearance on the Indo tourism video? Thought we'd shared that.
I thought we'd shared that.
I thought we'd shared that. It's out, isn't it?
I think it is out, yeah. I think there's further ones to come, potentially, but I think it is out. It's a weird one, isn't it? Like those projects, because they quite often end up on screens on planes and exclusively. You don't really see it elsewhere.
Yeah.
Or
I guess. I don't know.
Well, I did one for Canon.
You don't really see them, do you?
I did one for Canon and it just ended up in store. It wasn't on the internet, it was just in store. And then this one is meant for yeah, tourism board. And
what about did you do a trip for Audi?
Nissan, I did, yeah.
Where did that go?
Again, I think that was in store.
Crazy.
Weird, innit? Weird world.
Yeah. Let's get high 420. What's the best van to convert into a race van? Ooh, shall I take this one?
Yeah.
So basically, if you're going to make yourself a race cruiser, simply you want to try and go. In my opinion, this is purely, you guys can disagree with me on this, but did used to have a business doing these, so I'm relatively well versed in what you should be doing. I feel like you want to try and get as new a vehicle as possible, because if you're doing races, you're going to be driving, no doubt, a long way. You're going to be staying overnight in it, so try and get as much space as you can. In my opinion, a Sprinter or a Crafter is the only way to go. Again, long wheelbase, high roof, Sprinter.
What about Bernie's Vario?
That's the Mercedes, right? The big box one. I mean, if you want to find one of those and use one of them, definitely. Is that old though? Like, not that there's anything wrong with it being old,
I don't think they are actually. I think they did them to.
I feel like the Sprinter, it's still or a Crafter still drives like a car. You're not feeling like you're driving a van. And that's the worst thing. You don't want to feel like you're driving a 3.5 ton lorry.
Dude, the Vario has been made up until 2013. How cool is that?
Was it?
I do love the shape of it, dude.
Yeah, I like the shape of them. Different, very boxy.
Yeah, wow. There's one here that's been like done by Arctic. Have you ever seen that Arctic Trucks company?
No.
So in Iceland, they convert like sprinters and stuff for the very most extreme scenarios in Iceland. Like,
oh wow,
they're ridiculous, dude. They've got like compressors on each wheel, so you can actually cut a hole the size of your arm in the tyre and then still get home because the compressor just runs, just firing air out of it and stuff.
Really?
Arctic Trucks worth checking out. Yeah, they do these crazy conversions.
Right, I'll check that out. That is cool.
Yeah, so Sprinter's the one though for a race.
To me, yeah, because you want to be there. You want, especially at the end of a Sunday afternoon, you don't want to be 50 mile an hour on the motorway on the way home. Nice Sprinter, decent, good enough quality. Something with 6 gears. Get it in there. Cruise control, feet on the dash. Get her home.
Get her home.
Get her home.
Good tip.
That'd be my. Thank you. Welcome. Couple more.
Let's do it.
2 more.
2 more.
At Cale Hawley. I'm moving from Australia to Plymouth. Tough. Should I bring my good bike or buy one there? Good trails? ? Plymouth. That's down by you, isn't it?
Miles away.
No. Miles away.
It used to be Plymouth Bike-across, didn't there? There used to be a race there. I actually can't think of any trails near Plymouth. I don't know the area for riding. Maybe some of our other listeners could fill us in on this.
Yeah, they could. I don't know about Plymouth. I mean, I've just had a quick look on here. You've got Canwoods. Other than that, it's not really bringing much up, I'll be honest with you. So Dartmoor apparently is not too far away from Plymouth.
Okay,
There's
cool.
a little bit of riding around Dartmoor. But either way, as far as buying a bike, I'd bring one with you if you've got one, because there ain't no bikes here.
Exactly,
So,
yeah, that's the easiest bit.
yeah,
quite right.
maybe bring a bike for now. And
Bring it. Yeah.
Bring a bike. Bring a bike.
Nothing like having your own
worry
bike,
about
is there?
buying one.
Yeah, too right.
Yeah. All right, last one. That one's aimed at. All right, let's do it. At Connell_Allardyce. Were either of you scared of losing the love for MTB when entering the industry?
Really good question, actually, isn't it? I mean, I think it's something you've really got to consider. For sure.
I personally wasn't scared of it, but it happened. I lost my love for bikes for about 3 years. Didn't ride at all when I started this distribution company. And didn't really ride for the first year or probably more since having the podcast as well.
Yeah, there you go.
Was actually not that into it at that time. To be brutally honest with you, it's only been again a relatively new thing getting back into riding properly over the last like 3 years again.
Yeah.
And even, you know, now, like, only just got back into the dirt jumping, which I say I'm not even back into it properly yet. I've just started riding again. But yeah, that's something you've got to consider. I think when you make your hobby your job, be very prepared for it to change from being a hobby into a job.
Yeah,
simple as that.
I agree.
You know,
you got to be you got. Yeah, absolutely. I'm a bad person to talk to on it because I have a particularly unhealthy relationship. I would say I'm like, I don't have anything outside of it. Do I? Look at my background, dude. It's like a form of madness. I should be more balanced. You know? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But I don't. Yeah, I don't have friends that don't ride. I don't have. You know, so then when you get hurt and you get injured, you have to be willing to just sit in a hole of upset and sadness. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I put my eggs in one basket a little bit, but
yeah. I personally would say to anyone who's not. No, I wouldn't. It's such I'm so torn on that question.
It's hard, isn't it? Good question. Very good question.
Yeah, because it's such a good industry.
Yeah,
it is, because it is genuinely full of really nice people. There's always going to be a few there. It's still a business at the end of the day. People have still got to make a living, but be very prepared to not enjoy bikes maybe as much because you are. Depends what you do in the industry again. Like if you get some job on the phone doing sales, then you're going to be bored of it by the end of the day. But if you're doing something maybe a little bit cooler, cool is maybe not the right word, but like maybe product development could be really fun. I think it just depends.
I actually think riding and bikes are two different things for me as well. And I think maybe I have lost a certain amount of love for bikes or obsession over bikes, but riding hasn't changed for me. I still love riding exactly the same amount. So yeah, definitely worth considering, I'd say. Good question as well.
Okay. Yeah, really good question. All right. I think that's a wrap, isn't it?
Is that a wrap? Hey, dude, I'm going to come in hot with the energy next episode, and I'm going to have a better voice.
Mate, it's been a long weekend. It's been a long week.
It has, and I apologise.
I don't blame you at all,
listening. Man. No, I don't sound good, man. No, I don't sound good. No, I haven't been as chirpy as normal, but I will be. I'll be back.
No, it's alright, man. It's all love. It's been fun. Thank you, everyone, as usual, for listening, engaging, and proving that this thing has the best listeners, the best family going. Like, it's a legit family of podcast people.
Many thanks.
Thank you to every single person who came down to Freedom Ride. And if you didn't, then hopefully there's going to be one close to you at some point soon. Big up the guy who came from Edinburgh, his name I can't remember. Please reach out, because we're going to put your Instagram handle up here so everyone can say thank you and give you a pat on the back.
Too right.
And it's all love, peace, one love, out, over.
Peace. What was the thing you do? You do that or something? Yeah.